It must be admitted that some of us are constantly dwelling on the same question, week after week. This question always has the same despondency, frustration, and confusion. Why can I not connect with people? Why do I not have more friends? Why am I mostly at odds with people in social groups? Why am I so lonely? It's ironic that in an age where we can so easily connect with everyone, anyone can be lonely. It is so easy to arrive at the most negative conclusion. That because I am appallingly unpleasant. Because there is something wrong with me. And I deserve to be treated this way. But the real truth is far from this and is much more logical. We, the outliers of the tribe, are isolated for a very sound and forgivable reason. Because we tend to be introverted. Whereas they, the others, are not. This is in spite of having all the wit, intelligence, and mental agility. They may have many hobbies and passions and a wealth of knowledge about a host of things, but they are simply not interested in looking deeply inside themselves. They will not find it useful to analyze what happened in their childhoods, to trace the links between their emotions and their actions, or to lie for a long time in a bath or a bed, processing events in their interior lives. Introspection is not their cup of tea. They haven't let us in on this, not in so many words, and they never will. They don't even know it perhaps. We simply have to presume that this is so, on the basis of external evidence. That we never feel we have much to say to them, even though objectively there might be so much to share. Conversation with them most often gets stuck at odd places due to their lack of introspection. For example, even in common matters, such as discussing prices of grocery items, the best way to bake a cake, or what our former colleague is up to now. It explains why, when we try to steer the conversation onto something more intimate and vulnerable, we seem somehow never to manage. And end up in yet more rounds of discussion about the sports results or the new political scandal. They may not be cold. But they appear as such. This is because they are not interested in sharing what is really going on in their hearts. Sometimes we can be surprised when, out of the blue, they tell us that they consider us to be a close friend. We should accept that most of our acquaintances, however much they might, in theory, want to be friendly, do not want to do so at the cost of looking inside their own minds. This may, on occasions, result in giving up long-standing friendships due to surface talks and lack of empathy. To connect on a deeper level just seem to be too foreign to them. We may wonder if it's not a problem with us, but a problem with everyone else we have met and probably ever will meet. It may appear to us that no one has a deep level of introspection anymore, and all that people want to do is focus on the things which distract us from ourselves, such as the news and weather and so on. We are no longer deeply connected with ourselves, but instead, are connected with the exterior world. It is good to be connected with the exterior world, but if you lose connection with yourself as a result, that is when it becomes bad. Most people have lost themselves, and cannot even deeply understand, and look within to really care for themselves anymore, because everything else outside is seen as more important. Meanwhile, we who do care for ourselves and look deep within are unable to share our feelings, because no one else will understand because they are too extroverted. On the other hand, it is a relief to realize that it is not a problem. It is the way people are. Not everyone can be an introvert. And also not everyone can be an extrovert. And we for our part are lonely because we are operating with a notion of intimacy that is far less common than we torture ourselves by imagining. It is others that make us feel lonely. We are not lonely when we are in peace and doing something we like, or reading, and in nature, or with our pet. Every time we connect with others, because we are very friendly, we feel lonely. Connection and being understood is more important than knowing more people. We will be blessed if we meet just one or two people in a lifetime who want to play as we do. The rest of the time, we shouldn't compound our problems by feeling lonely that we're lonely. We come into this life alone and we leave it the same way. It is important to be kind to those we meet on life's journey, but we do not have to collect them like pencils. Loneliness is for people who need other people. We cannot be lonely if we are content with ourselves and our own mind and our own lifestyle. It's painful but utterly understandable. Our favorite pastime, however noble it might be, is a very unusual one indeed.